Welcome back. I'm Wavepunk, and this is week 63 of the Producer Diaries. Did a lot of writing this week. Starting things off here with a flip of a Skrillex track. Skrillex's new album. Took one of the vocals out of that off the track G2G, flipped it into this. Tell me what you think.
Glory to God, he gave me a 2 million watt noggin. They can take it away because he's too pure and I'm too honest. Play guitar, writing a song about his promise. Cause I sing when I'm scared and I sing when I'm full of fear. Tell me talented baby, sometimes it's break, sometimes it's sunny. If it costs you your soul, it ain't worth no amount of money. Better act like you know, like you fucking know that you know I'm here. Do you fucking guitar, right? Fucking guitar, right?
Okay, I'm not quite certain about that last part there. We're getting there. We'll see it. We got kind of a bunch of different ideas going on, so it feels a little bit chaotic. I put a lot of hours in this track. I could literally spend 40 minutes just breaking down all the little pieces, but I think probably the best thing I'm most excited about is this guy. That's just the chop from the end of this section. Slowed down through some time shaper to drop it an octave, and then chopped up even further to create this really cool rhythm. Dun, 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 dun. I feel like that plays with the bass and the drums so nicely there. We actually have like so many different layers of vocal happening here. There's that layer, and then there's this layer. Which is, again, the vocal chop, but then up the octave, and this time with some more time shaper on it. I've already bounced this out, but it has some noise. I just used one of the presets in Shaper Box, and it put some noise rhythms on top of it that I think actually really played out really nicely, and kind of just like bolstered up the rest of the rhythm that was happening there. So yeah, those two, and then you've got the main vocal, but just much more processed, a lot of layers. There's some dimension expander, this Pro Q that's putting a pretty heavy low cut there, and then some Shaper Box that's adding some distortion, as well as another low cut, so taking out the low there. It's a high pass. And then actually at my partner's recommendation, she was like, you should cut out the vocals, kind of like not have them just be like this one static sound the whole time, and put this little filter bit on it. To have it just kind of, it just creates a little bit more motion in there instead of just being the vocal to sit in one place, and it creates some space to put different sounds in. And what I decided to put in there was this yeah. And I let it kind of get a little bit louder in the spots where I pulled down the vocals, and that's just one of the vocal spots. Again, panned around, some similar processing to what we had going on elsewhere. That's all just vocal, right? Which is kind of crazy when you think about it. I don't know, this is really fun. I like this one. This transition over here is obviously pretty early stages, and I don't know if I'm gonna do the full like drum bass flip turn into the drum and bass section, but I did like that Reese, which is here? No, this guy. This Reese, I actually followed Virtual Riot's new Reese Bass tutorial video. He's got 3 different techniques for making Reese basses. I followed the first one to make that, where you make kind of a distorted saw wave and a detuned saw wave, 2 waves beating each other, bounce it, and then take that, put it into a sampler, take just a section of it, and that gives you that like whoa, 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 whoa. But that when you play a higher note, it goes whoa, 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 whoa. And so you hear that happening in this bass. I will say, I think I probably need to make it a little bit of a tighter sample because I don't want it to be changing that much. So I need to shorten the sample length. So I might go back and do this again, but this was kind of a first stab at it. Put in some choirs. Using Epic's or Spitfire's original choir sampler, and then putting some OTT on top of it and some processing afterwards. I think it's a cool little transitional bit there. I did make pretty much every sound. I don't think I used a single preset anywhere in this though, and that was pretty exciting. And I'm proud of this. This is the thing I'm most excited about right now, that I'm working on the most actively, and the thing I'm going to spend still time on this week. I want to finish this. I just want to get it done as fast as possible. 2 other things we made this week, both for Bishu's beat battles, his ranked beat battles. I'm going hard on that. It was flipping the same sample. I actually got the sample from Bishu from this battle. He put out like a whole pack of all of the acapellas and stuff. I wasn't as excited about this. This is not my favorite entry, but yeah, tell me what you think of this. There's a lot left to be desired in that. I think you can even kind of see it on the span. There's just this massive kind of chasm between the sub and all the stuff happening at the top end. There's not a lot happening in the low mids, and it's not well mixed. The drums are really loud at points. There's vocals that pop out really aggressively at different points. So I did kind of have to pivot halfway through. As you see how kind of this junk up here at the beginning I wasn't using. I don't even remember what this sounds like. This was me originally. I was going to try and make some like bass music, and I just don't know how to do bass music well enough yet to crank it out in 2 hours in a way that I think I'm actually proud to present to a beat battle. You can kind of hear remnants of that original idea and kind of this. Like that's what became the track I just showed you. So I got done with this and was like, I really want to make a better song and try it again, just start it over. I did think like this kind of vocal processing was pretty cool. I thought that was good, though the mix of it wasn't particularly great. I do think the processing was pretty cool, putting the shaper box on this repeating vocal where the crush kind of comes in, the drive comes in, and then some reverb comes in as well, just like slowly make it all more and more chaotic. But I will say, like, doing sound design mid-beat battle is a pretty daunting experience. And like in this guy, like it was one wave of triangle, some formant into a low cut that's popping around with a step filter here, or the step and hold, sample and hold. That sample and hold is also controlling the filter 1 frequency as well as the noise levels, so it's moving this guy around and then this guy as well. Some distortion, some compression, some filtering. It's not a particularly complex sound, but I don't think it actually came out very strong. It kind of, again, that mids, you saw on that filter there, kind of it carving out the lower end of this sound. So there's just not a lot of body to it here. It's fine though. For two hours wasn't bad. This one was definitely a little bit better. This one actually earned me points in the beat battle. I think it gave this one an orange. Very liquidy, very, kind of vibey in a battle that I think was pretty hard. There was a lot of hard music going on. I've done this a few times in tracks recently, and I'm starting to really like it whenever I just take the whole track and bounce it and like loop part of it, like it's like kind of like a DJ, you know, hitting the cue button. I think it really makes a big difference in, like, I don't know, just kind of tying it, like almost like this glue sort of thing. Which is what's happening here. You're seeing there's some mutes that kick in. That's what this sample is. I just bounced the whole thing, and at that moment you should only be hearing this. That's the whole track, and just looped it a few times there. The samples in this battle were percussion elements, or just like he just kind of gave us a bunch of sounds. He went to the music store and just like hit a bunch of different things, and gave us those samples. This one, it kind of has a musical idea to like see what does it sound like. I've started just taking like rhythmic stuff like this, dragging it towards like sort of in time, but again, he wasn't playing it in time to anything. He was just kind of just picking up a maraca and playing it. So there's like a little bit of like rhythmic give and take to it, a little bit of rushing, a little bit of dragging, and for a lot of people, I think that's something that they like to lean into. A lot of times I really like it quantized, and it's just been kind of fun to see what happens if I just hit the quantize over here and just quantize a sample and let pitch flex kind of like lock it into what it thinks is right. It creates some interesting ideas, and so it takes a sample like this maracas, and you can hear those like little like computery like sounds that happen when the dithering gets it wrong or whatever. It's kind of cool. I kind of like it sometimes. It won't be an always thing, but definitely something worth experimenting with. This guy also was a sample. He grabbed one of those like little kalimba type instruments. This is in Q sampler. Just pulled it in, kind of used the slicer to chop it up there, and then put a gate on it. Creating those like little, like, you know, just cutting off the tails of it, just a little bit of a change to it, creates a little bit of texture. Which was pretty cool. But this was the battle, if you watched last week, I told you there were some like sounds I made in Serum that then got used in a beat battle, or got used the next week. This was that project here, where this orange glow. And by itself, it sounds kind of robotic, but in context, it really kind of has this like very wet, washy guitar sort of vibe to it. That's like, it really, really works in that spot. And it's really cool to like make your own presets and just like for whenever you'll need them. And then to have a situation where like, oh, I need a sound here. I need a lead sound. What have I made here? Oh, this is super cool. This sound works really great. That was a fun one. This little, this first granular as well. That was a sound we made that I showed you guys last week. And just kind of just a little moment of it in there. It made a difference. It was kind of cool there, you know. Getting better about like when I think I need something, just going to samples, finding a sample and putting it in and seeing if I can make it work. These little chime sounds. That little guy. That's not a thing that I think would usually go in a piece like this, but it did work there. And yeah, some really, really fun sounds that I think worked out well in this piece, and this was cool. I was proud of this one. Last one I'll show you here. I made this one on the flight back from London. This was the same day as the beat battle technically. Very, very chiptuney, very music driven. Maybe this will be really up your alley. I don't even remember what this sounds like. That's some fun composition. The only things I'll walk you through here are, it's literally just a square wave. Literally just a square wave. Experiment around with like adding a little bit of extra edge to the sound, but I did like the purity of the chiptune sound. When you're doing counterpoint like this, just pan one voice one side, pan one voice to the other side. It'll help give it a little bit of space here in your melodies. because it makes it a lot easier for the human ear to like tell them apart there. That's the only like real tip I'll give you there. Everything else is, this is entirely driven by the composition, entirely driven by the beauty of the notes and the melodies and the chord progression. So it was pretty fun. Hopefully I'll turn it into something. Yeah, chiptune roots still go deep on this channel. Thanks so much for watching though. That's all I had for week 63. See you guys next week for 64. Bye-bye.